once again, dear viewers. You're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. Workshop on development and preservation of forestry and wildlife. And the Maso Award to outstanding students. Uganda deploys 1,000 troops to eastern DRC. Israel carries out airstrike near Damascus, Syria. In our domestic news, workshop focusing on development and preservation of forestry and wildlife, as well as raising the awareness of the public and stakeholders, was organized in Gash Barkar region. The workshop, organized today, 31 March, was attended by Army commanders, administrators of subzones, as well as other concerned institutions. Speaking at the occasion, Ambassador Mahmoud Ali Haroui, governor of the region, indicated that development and preservation of forestry and wildlife is the basis of all development programs, and added that the regional administration will provide utmost attention alongside the concerned institutions to address the existing challenges and ensure their development and preservation. Colonel Kinfe Haptom, General Manager of Forestry and Wildlife Authority, noted the significance of the development and preservation of forestry and wildlife. He called for reinforced participation and contribution of stakeholders and the public. Mr. Moussier Robel, Head of Preservation and Development of the Authority, presented a report focusing on overall situation of forestry and wildlife in the country, strategy to control deforestation activities, as well as opportunities and challenges in the effort to develop and preserve forestry and wildlife. Brigadier General Tsahaye Makonnen, Chief of Staff of Western Command, on his part, explained readiness of the members of the Defense Forces to participate in the development and preservation of forestry and wildlife, and called on all administrations to strengthen participation. The participants conducted extensive discussion on the reports presented and adopted various recommendations. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern region provided in the Maso Award to 48 outstanding students in Duarwa subzone that scored higher marks at the 8th grade national examination. At the event organized on 28 March, Mr. Girmay Gabru, head of the union branch in the region, said that equipping the youth with skills and education is one of the main objectives of the union, and called for reinforced contribution for the sustainability of the program. In cooperation with the Ministry of Education, 552 outstanding students, including 298 girls, have been beneficiaries of the Indamaso Award in the 2021 to 2022 academic year's 8th grade national examination. Mr. Takhla Mariam Gabriyosus, administrator of the subzone, on his part, commended the effort being exerted to encourage outstanding students and further called on the awardees to focus on their education and become competitive. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students provided Indamaso Award to students that score higher marks in the 8th grade national examination, and Dendon Award to the students that score higher marks in the National School Leaving Examination. The Ministry of Tourism branch in the Northern Red Sea region organized seminar to tourism service provision institutions on the 30th March in the port city of Massawa, indicating that efficiency of social service provision institutions has significant contribution in satisfying customers and in development of the tourism sector. Mr. Mogos Asgadom, head of the branch office, explained the effort the branch office is exerting to support the social service provision institutions in their daily activities, pointing out that the Massawa municipality is conducting earnest follow-up on the activities of the provision institutions in the terms of their service provision and cleanliness. Mr. Tuwalda Tesfazgi, managing director of the subzone, called on owners of the services to abide by the regulations issued regarding the sector. The participants on their part discussed on issues raised at the seminar and adopted various recommendations. That was our domestic news. Please stay tuned now for the international news right after the short break. A contingent of 1,000 troops departed Uganda on Wednesday, heading to the eastern part of the DRC. The Ugandan troops will be operating under the regional East African Community Force that includes Burundi and Kenya. Hundreds of residents from both sides of the border between Uganda and the DRC attended the flag-off ceremony. Uganda's contingent is led by Colonel Michael Hairoba. In his speech at the ceremony, he said that they are going as ambassadors of peace in Congo and that they are prepared, trained and ready for the task. The East African Community Force is meant to contain M23 rebels who started attacks on Congo army positions in June last year and occupied several areas. Formed in 2012, the group attacked Congo and was overpowered by government troops. It had stopped attacks until last year. The Syrian Defense Ministry has blamed Israel for firing missiles at an area outside the country's capital, Damascus, earlier on Friday. The aerial attack targeted a location in the Damascus countryside, the ministry said in a statement in Facebook, adding that although no human casualties were reported, it did result in property damage. It said the missiles had come from the direction of the Golan Heights, a Syrian region that has remained under Israeli occupation since the Six-Day War in 1967. Syrian air defense were activated, shooting down several of the incoming missiles. Syria's news agency Sana has published pictures of explosion and the night sky, which were likely to result of the country's air defenses. Israel has repeatedly struck Syrian territory since the outbreak of the civil war in the neighboring country in 2011 with the aim of reducing the presence of its arch-rival Iran there. Tehran, together with Moscow, is assisting Damascus in its fight against terrorist groups, and Syrian authorities have condemned the Israeli raids, insisting they violate the country's sovereignty and international law. That was our news. Please now stay tuned for the recap of tonight's headlines. Workshop on development and preservation of forestry and wildlife. And the Maso Award to outstanding students. Uganda deploys 1,000 troops to eastern DRC. Israel carries out airstrike near Damascus, Syria. That was our news. It is good night from us.